girlfriend and I were driving home from a really late flight in Vegas, and we were coming out of Moapa, and out of nowhere in the dead of night, a semi-truck tire descended and destroyed our vehicle. We pulled over, the whole front of the hood was blown in. Man, we got hit by that semi-truck tire at like 2 a.m. And it was some crazy weekend in Vegas that made it really hard for the first responders to get to us. It was terrifying. You know, we were really lucky to be alive. If that wheel had been 2 inches higher, we would have been killed. I didn't really understand how a truck tire could come off. So more than anything, I just felt like I'd been given another chance to live. There was never a moment before in my life where my life had flashed before my eyes. And I think when I look back at that, it is a really interesting shift in perspective of how precious this life is. There's a lot of things that are up in the air after a car accident. The ones for me were, how do I get my car back? Where did my car go? What do I do with my injuries? What happens with my girlfriend's injuries? I didn't have all the time or bandwidth to answer those, and I knew that there was options with personal injury attorneys that would make that possible. And so for me, hiring a personal injury attorney was definitely the right move. I spoke with 2 personal injury attorneys, you and one other. I had one that told me that our case wasn't even a case, and that because our injuries weren't physical, able to be seen by the eye, meaning we didn't break an arm or we didn't hurt something bad enough for it to be visibly seen, our case wasn't going to be worth anything. But when I spoke with you, we talked about injuries that were muscular, skeletal, and we were able to go get treatment using like an MRI or going and seeing a chiropractor, using x-ray. And so we were able to determine that the value was higher, and we got a lot of really great medical attention because of it. The process was really easy. We came in here, met with you. You were really thorough, went over the process with us. And then from there, we had a paralegal assigned to us named Terry. She was awesome. We just went through the process with her. She would call and give us updates here and there. From there, it took just a few months before we had a settlement. Between hiring McMullin Injury and the settlement, we went to multiple MRI visits. We went to multiple chiropractors, multiple doctors, and all while we were doing that, McMullin Injury was arranging 100% of that. So for us, it was really easy. We were really glad that we hired a personal injury attorney. The outcome was a lot better than I would have guessed. A lot more than the first personal injury attorney guessed that it would have been. More than anything, it just saved us a lot of time, a lot of uncertainty, and at the end of the day, it recouped a lot of our losses. I understood that we had insurance and the company who was responsible also had insurance, and at the end of the day, I was just going to be using a personal injury attorney to help achieve what the purpose of that insurance is for. I'm glad I had McMullin Injury Law help me after my accident.